CM, CIA, HOL, CM. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wayne Sparrow. I'm the elected chief of Musqueam First Nation. My traditional name is Yakalak. I just want to start off by welcome each and every one of you here to the shared territory of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh, and as part of the core territory of the Musqueam. I want to put my hands up to each and every one of you, especially our elders that are here with us today, our leadership that came in support of each and every one of these graduates that are here. The event was supposed to be held in Musqueam, but Musqueam has been going through some hard times in the last week. Some of the young gentlemen that you've seen that still showed up today and did the drumming, we've lost 2 from the Dan family in the last few days, and the Grant family. And then one of our CMs, one of our leaders in our community, or one of our oldest surviving elder in our community that we lost, and that's the reason that we had to, as First Nations people, had to switch gears and then had to relocate. And I want to thank our staff, the staff and Emily Carr for accommodating when our community is going through that. I want to acknowledge Tammy, especially Tammy, to be here today. That respected CM is her uncle. And I know today how difficult it will be, but she's here with us today, showing us the strong First Nation leader that she is in the school and in our community. So my hands are raised to you, Tammy, to make sure that you are here and doing that part. She does a lot of our cultural work and helping with the funerals and knowing that her family is there, but I want to actually acknowledge her family for giving us the time today that she can participate and be here with each and every one of us. I want to close by acknowledging all the graduates that come from all over the country here today. In our community, housing was always the top priority. And over the last 5 years, education has passed. And I'm so proud to stand here as a First Nation leader looking at each and every one of you that's going to help us make the change in each and every one of our communities, whether you go back home to your community or go to another community or go in a different workforce, not on reserves. I'm proud of each and every one of you. And I want to say that to each and every one, and the parents, the elders, the leaders that are here to support the graduates today. We can't do it without you. I always say education starts from home, and to make sure that we can thrive as First Nations people and the future's bright for us. And I close by acknowledging all those leaders that aren't with us here today. It was their vision and goal for like this school to be started, to give us that opportunity where the ones that aren't with us today a lot of them couldn't even go to school, and they knew how important it was. So I want to acknowledge our past leaders, our elders, our community members that aren't here today. And I'll close off by once again thanking Tammy for being here. I want to thank the Native Ed for following protocol, and our drummers and singers that always do a great job on our behalf. Haichka, thank you.
And now we'll have a few words from our President, Tammy Darcy.
Good morning, everyone. So I say all the time to the students as they come to the NEC to come with your whole self. Come to our house and come with everything you have. Come with the teachings of your grandmothers. So I am today here with my whole self because my family is at home in mourning. But I wouldn't be anywhere else than with you today to celebrate your achievement, your hard work, and your success. To everyone gathered here today to celebrate the class of 2024, welcome. Welcome to this beautiful day in this beautiful building. My heart is full of so much pride and joy to look around this room and to see our people that have traveled a great distance, to see our young people stepping forward and achieving such great success. Never would I thought that I would stand at this podium as the leader of an Indigenous institute. I am so proud of each and every one of you for this moment today. I'm so proud to see my own leadership, my chief, my co-counsel, my elders, and my friends in this room. Today is a beautiful day. Congratulations to the graduates, to the moms and dads of graduates, to the spouses of graduates, the children and grandchildren of graduates, family and friends. Let us begin with a warm welcome and joyful applause to the class of 2024. I hope to hear much more of that today. Today is our day to gather in ceremony to celebrate each of the graduates and to blanket and honor each and every one of you for your accomplishments. To remind you of your value, of your gifts and strengths that will undoubtedly one day to help advance our peoples and our nations. Before I continue, I want to acknowledge the leadership of Emily Carr for allowing us to utilize this beautiful space under such short notice. I also want to thank the congregation for your patience and flexibility over the last few days, and I ask that we keep our host nation, Musqueam, in our prayers. To the NEC staff that work tirelessly to ensure that we create a safe space for Indigenous learners, I want to acknowledge your dedication and your commitment to the vision and the values of the NEC Longhouse, which makes it possible for our learners to become leaders. It has been my greatest honor to find myself on this journey with such a talented and compassionate team of staff. Please join me in offering a round of applause for the NEC staff. To our esteemed graduates, I encourage you to be purposeful, to be fierce and intentional as you walk out these doors today. I encourage you to take up space and to occupy the spaces that our grandparents were forbidden to enter. I encourage you to use your voices to enact change, to continue the movement of healing and growth in our Indigenous communities from coast to coast. I remind you of the messages from our elders to always be proud of who you are, where you come from, and what you belong to. Be humble and always utilize kindness as your greatest weapon. And if you choose to fight, fight for kindness and fight for love, and you will always win. We are all the product of generations of resilience, and whether you can feel it today or not, you carry that strength of your grandparents inside each and every one of you today. Carry that with honor in all that you do. It is your turn to carry the work, and it is now your time to lead. As you move forward in your new role as alumni, as role models for the next generation, I urge you to walk with the same intention that we introduced to you when we welcomed you into the NEC House, to bring your whole self into the new work areas where you go and into the learning spaces that you enter along the way and along the journey of your life. When we combine our traditional values and our ways of knowing and being with Western education, it creates a unique, unstoppable power. So be unstoppable, NEC graduates. As you leave the NEC behind, know that whatever lies ahead, it will not always be easy. In fact, it might be very hard. Accept that and know that you have the resources and the strength to move beyond the challenge. There will be those who believe that you do not belong. Prove them wrong. Learn the songs of your ancestors and the language of your grandparents, and I say it again to you, take up space. And as you do so, make sure to equally hold space for the next generation to bring their voice forward. Today, it is your turn and it is your time to lead. Go out into the community from here and take the best of the lessons that you have encountered at the Native Education College and weave all of this together to start your next journey. Once again, I offer congratulations and I raise my hands to each of you for choosing the NEC to be your place of learning. We wish you much success, and we look forward to meeting again as you return home to the NEC to pay visit. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Now we're going to call up Samara Star Blanket and ask the workers to get ready for the blanketing and walk up. That's part of it.
Greetings and welcome to the NEC Native Education College graduation of 2024. I'd like to express my thanks and gratitude to the previous speaker, President Harkey, Chief Sparrow, and give thanks to all the elders, the dignitaries, and the board of directors, and friends and family that are here today. My spirit name is Ochapi Gisesqueo, which means Spider Woman. My other name is Tamara Starblanket of the Atakaku Cree Nation in Treaty 6. I am the Vice President of Academics, and witnessing so many people here today to celebrate these extraordinary graduates is amazing and a blessing to witness. Congratulations to you all. I'd like to first begin with the Indigenous Adult Basic Education Program. Please welcome up Edwin Brown of the Musqueam Indian Band. Daryl Fournier, Plains Cree. Jeremy Jones, the Métis. Jose Lopez of the Haisla Nation. Kyle Peters, the Lilwat Nation. Marcel Plasway, Lake Babine Nation. Samantha Wanik, Namgis First Nation. Jalen Williams, the New Hope Nation and Haida Nations. Terrence Young of the Heiltsuk Nation and Anishinaabe Nation. That's the group. And that is the Indigenous Adult Basic Education graduates.
This section here. Siamnasiaya, we just wanted to explain the blanketing ceremony. The blanketing ceremony in our ways in our longhouse here is to give them that strength back. Thanking them for that time that they've been here with us, in our family, in our home. We just wanted to bring this back into our longhouse here to give them that strength back. To give them that strength to carry on in their future. We brought this back to our home here, Native Education College, 2 years ago. And we want to continue on because this is what we do in our territory here in Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. Just wanted to explain to our visitors, to our family here, we're just honoring and giving strength back to our students here to let them carry on in their journey.
The next program is the Family and Community Counseling Certificate. Riley Anderson of the Namgis First Nation. Andrea Moon of the Tahltan Nation. Joe. Julie Bragg of the Métis. Camellia Brennan, Old Masset Village Council. Christina Brooks of the Heiltsuk Nation. Geraldine Doolin of the Niska Nation. Jalen Haldane of the Gitsala Nation. Destiny Hunter of Ahousaht. Kanan Hunter of Ahousaht. Ezra Liam of the Lower Kootenai Band. Roxanne Miru of the Sayas Dene First Nation. Hannah Moody of Katesy First Nation. Elise Ray Métis. Nasim Saboui. Natasha Spencer, the Gitsala Nation. Haley Wilson, Heiltsuk Nation. Marcy Wilson of the Haisla Nation. Friends and family, that is the graduating class of Family and Community Counseling.
Instead of Sandy Lake, it's Sandy Bay.
Can you let her know?
Sandy Bay. That's Sandy Bay.
absolutely amazing to witness this. Next is the Family and Community Counseling Diploma Program. First is Katrina Ajikute of the Kawasis First Nation. Robert Bear of the Mistawasis Nihiawak. Natalie Baliu of the Sandy Bay First Nation. Tasula Boschman of the Squamish Nation. Thomas Fuller Evans, Swan Lake First Nation. Emily Baptiste of the Seashell First Nation. Jasmine Hall of Haisla Nation. Haika Pete, the Witsat First Nation. Emily Hootsie Hodamani of White Bear First Nation. Deborah Jeffrey Didadat First Nation. Melanie LaCoy, Catesy First Nation. Shaylin Noski. Jasadine Piers of the Helsik Nation. Rosalie Peters of the Long Plain First Nation. Stephanie Wright, Gitsala Nation.
Yeah, we're good to go.
You good to go?
She's here.
She's here?
And I'll let Jenny know.
Okay. Healthcare Assistant Clara Barnes. Anne Brand of the Gitxsan Nation. Bebelin Bugarin of the Squamish Nation. Cheyenne Hagan. Edward Harris. Rickson Martinez. Charmaine Ninelga. Adelina Redman of the Standing Buffalo Dakota Nation. Karen Rosa Mansilla. Manu Sharma. Tabusam. Friends and family, that is a healthcare assistant, NEC cohort 5.
Memuna, she's here. That's her name is Memuna.
Next is a healthcare assistant certificate, cohort 6. Ryan Dinwoody. Mamuna Fraz. Sneha George. Psych Lustria. Nora McNabb of the Mississippiquistic Cree Nation. Gemma Pearson. Josephine Prasad. Junwei Zhang. Healthcare Assistant, Niska Chantel Elliott, Niska Nation. Robin McKay. Michael Morgan. Niska. Chelsea Robinson, Niska. Chastity Stevens, Niska. Crystal Stewart, Niska. Darlene Trimble, Niska. We have a cohort from the MNBC that is not in attendance today, but I would still like to read out their names and honor their success today. Justin Arcan. Avalie Dow Weinhell, Métis. Asmarit Habti. Maitia House. Tavleen Carr. Jade Ann Perot. And Christine Phillips. Next is the Indigenous Early Childhood Education Certificate. Letitia Baptiste of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation. Allison Mussel. Friends and family, that is the Indigenous Early Childhood Education Certificate graduate. Indigenous Early Childhood Education Diploma. Cherise McKay of the Newhawk Nation. Kristen Meyer. and that is the Indigenous Early Childhood Education Diploma graduate.
This young lady here, this is her. Nations Roberts Cayuga checklist. Cayuga checklist.
Next is the Indigenous Justice Studies Certificate Program. Francis Baptiste of the Osoyoos Indian Band. Priscilla Daniels, Stoney Nakoda Bears Paw Nation. Delina Gosnell of the Niska Nation. Azalia James of the Tetlet Gwich'in. Geraldine Lalonde, Driftpile Cree Nation. Victoria Tori Oscar, Kaikwat Checkslas Nation. Juliana Cerna Head of the Cree Nation. Sheila Springanatic of the Bonaparte First Nation. And Honey Viney of the Lac La Ronge Indian Band. Friends and Family Indigenous Justice Studies Program. Indigenous Land Stewardship Certificate Program. Angel Brown of the Old Masset Village Council. Naomi Grace Crawford. Brad Dudeward, the Lac-Willam's Band. Tasha Jacko of the Atikameksheng Anishinaabeg First Nation. Aliyah Colin, Suniamix First Nation. Mary Leon of the Alcalcho First Nation. Dylan Longpeter, Long Lake 58 First Nation. Riley Salt of the Weewakee Nation. Justin Towell, the Garden River First Nation. Friends and family, this is the graduating class of the Indigenous Land Stewardship Certificate Program. Information Technology Support Technician Certificate. Krishna Nair. Andrew Pedersen of the Horse Lake First Nation. Holly Renaud Métis. Devin Sampson Plant, the Métis. And Ferdinand Vargas. Friends and family, it's the Information Technology Support Technician graduates. Office Administration, Employment Training, NEC Cohort 1. Glenn Boyce, Cannon Lake Band. Lisa Callahassan, Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation. Nula Cascarijo of the High Squat First Nation. Viola McWayne of the sorry, I am going to butcher this, Keenan First Nation. Heaven Rabbi Duquette of the Mistawasis Nahiawak. Molina Starr of the Celtic Nation. Gabriel Stewart of the Niska Nation. Vivian Stewart of the Haisla Nation. Natasha Stogan, the Musqueam Indian Band. Michelle Whitney of the Cody First Nation. Sierra Willard, Adams Lake Indian Band. Lori Wilson, Heiltsuk Nation. Friends and family, Office Administration, Employment and Training, Cohort 1. Brown. Office Administration, Employment and Training, Certificate, Cohort 2. Corrine Aker of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation. Raven Buffalo, Wahpeton Dakota Nation. Victoria Davis, the Haida Nation. Emma Kucher, the Niska Nation. Sean La Rochelle, Gitxsan Nation. J.L. Lucas, Lac La Ronge Indian Band. Jolene Okamau, Cree Nation. Cindy Point, Musqueam Indian Band. Teal Scout, Blood Tribe. Julia Stratton, Wet'suwet'en First Nation. Friends and families, the Office Administration, Employment and Training, Cohort 2. It's been my honor and my pleasure to be a part of this today. As the graduating class of 2024.
time, we would like to call up Elder Shane Point, our keynote speaker for today.
Which microphone would we?
The one on the right. Right.
Holy smokes. Are there any NEC graduates here? Wow. A modern day prophet. Our uncle, our grand uncle, Chief Dan George, 1967, he did a soliloquy for Canada's birthday. My favorite part of that soliloquy is this: like the thunderbird of old, we will rise out of the sea and grab the instruments of the white man's success and become the proudest segment of Canadian society. Here you are. Here you are. I was in a small arena in Nanaimo, British Columbia, Snuneymuxw, and I heard him say those words, and they touched me as a boy profoundly. I've done my best since then. Today, you walk through the doors, and it's appropriate because on the door are thunderbirds. You are the mythological creature called thunderbirds. Your family, who's represented here today, have not only supported you, but they've believed in you and they've inspired you to be here today. Let's say thank you to our family and our friends. It's a great honor for me. It's a great honor for me to stand here with you today. Monumentous. You've made history. I remember 42 years ago, I was able to watch the totem pole rise at your location on Fifth Avenue. I was there to witness that as a younger man, and it was amazing to me that the thinkers of the time, the leaders of the time, the visionaries of the time, 50 years ago, 42 years ago, 44 years ago, saying, young people from all over British Columbia and Canada are going to walk through this door to celebrate their hard work, to celebrate their achievement, to celebrate who they are as First Nations people from across Canada and America. Wow, here you are. I've been to ceremonies at UBC for graduates. I've been to SFU, Douglas College, Capilano College. I've been to those. Nothing like I witnessed today. Nothing like I witnessed today. Babies, children would not have been allowed in those institutions to accompany their moms. That wouldn't happen there. Your wearing of your own blankets are not allowed at those places. Being covered in blankets would not be allowed because you wouldn't be depicting those institutions. But today, that's what happened at NEC. Holy smokes. Wow. I looked at the list and I'm amazed at who's here. I went outside earlier while you were lined up and you were all along the whole hall. That excited me. I had to sit down. Tammy's my younger sister. I was saying to her, I was so excited because I seen you in a huge line. The energy in the moment was overwhelming to me. I was so excited I had to sit down. I was shaking for a while. And I kept saying to Tammy, wow, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want to say to you, please, encourage your younger cousins. Encourage your younger brothers and sisters, your nieces, your nephews. Encourage them to further their educations. Our granduncle, Chief Dan George, he's saying, out of the sea. He's talking about the oppression of who we were at that time as human beings, and he's saying, rising out of the sea. He's saying, for thousands upon thousands of years, we as people are a part of intergenerational intelligence. Intergenerational intelligence. We're going to breach that barrier. Here you are, wonderful, wonderful representatives of your family and those countless thousands of years. Intellectuals. You were all born genius. That's my belief. You were all born genius. And you needed the encouragement and the stimulation to continue with an education. So encourage, please. Encourage your children. The young children who are here, they've seen you today, and they're saying in their young minds, we want to walk across the stage. We want a certificate. We want a blanket, and we want to be clapped for because we've achieved at an intellectual level. Wow. Encourage them, please. Please, please, please. I want to say to the staff of Emily Carr, Emily Carr was an artist. This wonderful house bears her name. Why she reached why she reached fame is because she depicted our histories. She took our histories, our totem poles, our house fronts, and she copied them. It's because she was inspired by the thousands of years of beautiful creativity from a people who lived in abundance and depicted that abundance in their everyday life. That's who you are. You come from the roots that inspired that lady to depict who we are as beautiful and as powerful human beings. In closing, I want to say to you, awesome young people, proud, 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 proud of you. You are champions. You're champions within your families and your language groups. Champions, I want to say thank you to you today. Who are you? Who are you? I ain't leaving until you tell me who you are. Who are you? Who? Once more, who are you? Yahoo! One more word. Yahoo! I'm going to go home and have lunch now.
At this time, we would like to call up valedictorian for the Indigenous Adult Basic Education Program.
Hi, everyone. Hey. So when they told me or asked me, to be valedictorian, I said, yeah, of course. I love forcing people to listen to me speak. So I wrote a speech here, and I didn't really read through the parameters of what I was supposed to write as a speech. So I made it a bit long. So it's only about an hour and a half. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. So good afternoon, graduates, NEC staff, and all the other beautiful people here. My name is Daryl Fournier. I'm from I'm from the Plains, land of the living skies, where the buffalo used to roam. Pelican Lake First Nation, I'm Cree. I was born and raised in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'd also like to acknowledge we are on the unceded traditional territories of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I came to the West Coast in January with 2 bags of clothes, no friends, no family, besides my Uncle Mervyn, who invited me, his grandson, and his best friend, Jacques. I came also with no money, which I still don't really have any, but I mean, I got a couple bucks. I did manage to come here on my own accord, buy my own train ticket, and now I have a place of my own. I came to the West Coast on a train that took 2 days to get here, and I actually made a few lifelong friends on that train. I came not knowing what to expect, never really being to Vancouver prior to this, besides maybe a short visit. But I do know that Saskatchewan is not the place that I want to raise my kids. I came to build a life for my children. I've also known Saskatchewan was not the place I ever really wanted to stay. It's dry, cold, and so plain. Although one day I might go back to help fight the good fight, but as it is for now, this is my home. I fell in love with Vancouver immediately. Vancouver is unlike any place I've ever been. Native people are recognized as people and not just government dependents. Intergenerational trauma, which is huge on the impact of our children that we all once were, is recognized. And although we go through our own different struggles, like I know I do, it's recognized. I always felt that growing up, abuse was normal, alcoholism was normal, trauma was just something we all went through. It was normal. My friends went through it, and my family even more, or more of it I saw. Growing up and knowing what I do know now, a lot of my childhood wasn't normal. My mom was a product of day school, a level 5, and I did not know the extent of her trauma or what happened to her until she had to tell her story for day school application reparations. I grew up as an only child. Although I have brothers and sisters, I grew up with just my mom and I, truly believing I was the one taking care of her, not knowing that she was struggling with addictions and severe depression from trauma endured as a child. But my mother persevered, got her education, and helped dozens of kids coming from abusive and traumatic homes as an educator on Saskatchewan reservations. I couldn't imagine the feelings the paralegals had when they read those stories in order to put them in different classes of trauma. I read one story from someone in my class who went through residential school, and it broke my heart. I felt connected in such a way because of the stories I've heard my uncles, my aunties, my cousins, my mother, and my friends had to go through. Growing up, I always thought everyone knew about the abuse and impacts residential schools had on Indigenous peoples. My mother was the most compassionate person I ever met, and she is missed by not only me, but by a lot of people as kids that grew up to have a real chance in life. She had an interpersonal relationship with many people I barely knew or even met. I go through my own struggles. I have my own addictions. I have my own demons, just like a lot of my classmates have shared with me within this year. I might be really good at hiding some of those things, as I've been living in survival mode most of my existence. I know I'm definitely good at hiding my pain. I came to NEC at the end of January, and they were gracious enough to let me catch up on past assignments I missed, and I did put the work to catch up. I truly tried. I have not been in school in over 17 years, and NEC made me feel like this is where I belong, in education. NEC made me feel, after not really having a home for over 4 years, that I had finally found a home. Native Education College is unlike any school or institution I've ever been to. The doors are always open, whether it's an instructor or a friend. And when I say that I haven't had a home in over 4 years, I wasn't homeless. Although I was homeless at Christmas this past year, I still had a place to stay, especially when my mother was still alive. I was in an abusive relationship, and now I know that sounds silly because I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. How can someone like me be abused? But it does happen. And after moving here and going to NEC, I realized very quickly that's not the life I was meant to have. We are meant to be educated. We are meant to do the work and walk the good path. We are meant to help, and we are meant to heal. Losing my mother in November and being away from my kids is the hardest thing in life right now. So many times I've thought of giving up and going back to Saskatchewan, going back to the abuse, but that's all there is for me there. Pain, addictions, and people that aren't really for me, my bros. As many times as I've fallen in my life, which is quite a bit, I've always picked myself up and kept going, stronger each time. I will continue to do so. I've had personal connections with a lot of my classmates that I know go through a lot of the same struggles as we all face as Indigenous people. But we can't give up. I won't give up. There's just no giving up in the hand that I was dealt with. I can't let these brains and good looks just go to waste on construction. Yes, it's been a hard year. It's been a struggle feeling alone as I do most days, but I've made some good friends here, even some I might call family. And I have secured some great mentors that help me persevere through these struggles. I've been blessed enough to come across some great people. One of these people, there he is, Dennis Contois. Thank you, man. A man of true passion for his students in acquiring their education. Instructors like him are the reason students like me will succeed in education. Definitely couldn't have done it without you. I do feel blessed. I do feel guided. And although I'm not as strong as I think I am, I am trying to be as resilient as I can be. But I do have a heart that's been broken, not only once, it's been broken over and over again. I remember being a happy kid, fascinated by everything in the world, until the world kept hurting me. And not understanding why, I became a sad, angry, pessimistic man, questioning anything that was ever good to me, and not accepting it, and even more so, believing I didn't deserve it. Until I moved here. Until I went to NEC. NEC has shown me a community, compassion, connections, and it's given me great grounds to heal and build myself into the man that I'm destined to be. Law school is my intention, as I feel that's where I'll be best suited to equip myself with the knowledge and skills to challenge the barriers that we all, as Indigenous people, face in a colonialistic society. NEC has helped me and will continue to help me as I'll be there next term, taking the IJS program, baby. And continue my academic journey to be a better person, a better man for myself, my kids, and my community. I'd like to thank NEC and the staff, especially the ones that have made a difference in my classmates, as well as my own journey. And I hope you know who you are. And if you don't, I'm sure one of us will tell you one day. I'd like to congratulate everyone here that's moving forward onto the next step in life and bettering themselves as Indigenous brothers and sisters going through the struggle. I'm proud of you, I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud to be a part of this community. This is not nearly the end for me, this is only the beginning. Oh yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Edwin Brown, real dedicated student, strong Indigenous father, and good friend. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to call up the post-secondary valedictorian, Andrew Peterson.
Hello, everybody. Oh, which mic is it? This one? Okay, this one right there. Hi, everybody. Aho. Makumagantik. I'd like to say good afternoon to you, and congratulations to all the graduates today. It's an honor to be here in the land of the West Coast Salish tribal people, the Nihiu Intiaisinu Mystic. In my language is to honor the other tribal nations of the land here. And just happy to be here, happy to be part of the celebration, part of NEC. Glad I came across the information. My wife Jody, acknowledge her and thank her for pointing it out and guiding me in this direction to to attend the school. She found the information, encouraged me to participate and apply, so I did. It was a beautiful experience for me. Had good instructors. Started off, it was a bit of a little start there, kind of a bumpy start, I guess you could say. And we learned a lot. We went through all kinds of in-depth information and computer information, bugs and all that kind of stuff, and viruses and internet security, you know, kind of blue screen of death, and all this stuff that we learned about. And it was good. It was a good experience, and I was happy to be participating in that with my friends, my fellow classmates, Devin, Ferdinand, and yeah, it was good. It was a beautiful experience for me, and happy that it was halfway online and at home, so I could spend time at home with my little guys here, and my baby girl, my little one Kamaya, she's 3, my baby's 1, but just happy that NEC gives us the opportunity to do that at a hybrid school, hybrid class. But I want to honor each of you guys for graduating. Honor to Kevin Starblanket for his work and all the efforts he did. And he's helpful. He's guided. He gives good guidance. He keeps everything together. He knows he's a good leader, and we're blessed to have him. So I'd like to honor Kevin as well, and honor all the instructors and acknowledge all your hard work and efforts, all the homework, all the late night studies, all the tests, and all the, you know, all the study groups and everything that you guys all did to complete your mission, your tasks here to get your graduation, to graduate. And I'm very certain that it will pay off and it will help you in your future. And I I would like to say a small prayer for you guys to ask Creator to bless you. Our Father, Gise Muntu, Father God, to bless each and every one of your path on your journey to your future, to a better life, to build a better life, to follow your dreams and goals. Continue on that journey, you guys, and don't give up, and seek the better life. Seek the good life, you know. Seek that good life of happiness, joy. Seek joy in all the things that you do and all the work that you do and all the jobs that you take on. And continue to strive to be better and encourage yourself. And to encourage the children, younger generations, these little guys here, they're looking at you, they're seeing you, they're watching us. You know, they're watching each and every one of us as we achieve these goals and tasks and endeavors in our lives to better our future, to make a better future for our children. That's the dream, that's the goal. Keep the dream alive, everybody. I'd like to take a moment to take a moment of encouragement as well. Think of the ancestors. Thank the ancestors for allowing us to be here today. We're making it, you guys, and we're doing better. Keep the right road. Stick to the right road. You know, it's a good life. That's where happiness resides. That's where your heart resides. That's where your heart's going to be. Your home is going to be filled with love. Your home is going to be filled with joy. These little ones are going to be happy. There's going to be a lot of laughter. There's going to be that true love there. And that's the path that you take to achieve your goals, your dreams, your wishes in this path. And that's what I believe. That's what I want to share with you. But I want to share an honor song with you guys right now, and just to honor you, all the graduates today. Way hey hey ya, way ya, way ya, way hey hey ya, way ya, way ya, way hey hey ya, way hey hey ya, way hey hey ya, way way hey hey hey, oh hey hey Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Now, we would like to call up
Haichka, CM Haichka. Each while, Anthemary Point, Tanitanako Mathwiam, E Tanitanako NEC. E to E, Kamalath. I Tanashqualawan Quanzi Quatsnala. Haichka, CM Yakyakwalak, for your words. Haichka, CM Lahamia. Haichka Tata'ing, Kotanasiea, Kotanaskek. In the language of my ancestors, I let you know my name is Mary Point. I'm from Musqueam, and I'm also with NEC. My heart is full to be standing with all of you here today on this beautiful moment to listen to all the words that were said. I also thanked our chief, Yakyakwalak, Chief Wayne Sparrow, our president, our beloved president, Lahamia Tammy Harkey, for being here with all of us today, of all days. And of course, to my older brother, my beloved close family member, Shane Point. I also want to thank the NEC family. My heart is really full to see our protocol being conducted in a good way. It's so important when we're having students from all across Turtle Island coming here to have that sense of place and to be welcomed in a good way. NEC has become so much more than just a school. We've listened to words not only from today's students, but on the pamphlet from our elders, from past graduates. This is a place where learners become leaders. That's what it says, and words couldn't be truer. I've certainly listened to graduates in the past and heard of the path they've taken, and it lifts me up to think about what next steps lay ahead for each and every one of you. It's been a hard road getting to where you are today, involving family and studies and financial worries and day-to-day stress in the world that seems to be on its head some days. And I couldn't be prouder than to be standing with each and every one of you here today as you graduate. As I'm standing here in this place of the broad-leafed maple, Kamalath, a place where our ancestors in the early days would gather or hunt, would come together for ceremony, or in later years would come to kick butt at soccer and tell stories, and eventually to help build a school for all of us to come to. I really am mindful that we stand on the shoulders of greatness and that you do great honor to all the work of our elders before us by graduating today and making us all so proud. And I really have to echo my brother Shane's remarks. I couldn't be happier than to see your children here, your grandmas here, or to see grandma on the stage and grandson, grandchild yelling out, "Grandma!" I was so lifted up. It made me think of my own grandchildren, and I just love that. I also think about on the other side of my generation, my father, who went to residential school from age 3 and endured, along with all of his family members and survivors, all the hardships. And when he finally went home, he thought about next steps for himself and tried to enter into college and future education. But he was always denied. And he asked, "What am I doing wrong? I've taken this test 3 times. I can't seem to get in. I really want to try harder." And he was told, "You won't be coming. It doesn't matter if you get 100% on your exams. You won't be accepted." And he took that hard. Of course, he persevered into a long career and always had something to prove as a result. But he endured and made sure that he stood up to be counted. But it wasn't easy. And I tell you what, as I look into all of your faces today, on the other side of my generation, I look at the success and I look at what you are doing, and I couldn't be more full in my heart as I think about what you're accomplishing and what the children on the other side of your generation are going to accomplish. I just want to say in closing that I was also called as a witness, and I want to say that I really witnessed everything being done in a good way. I saw our staff and the helpers in the change of venues coming together as friends to make sure that this day was a success so that we could honor you all in a good way. I saw so much hard work going on behind the scenes. You don't always get to see behind the scenes here, where there's usually a wall, but I saw everyone doing their best and welcoming each and every one of you with love. And I think that really speaks to the spirit of NEC. We hear stories of how some of us go to other institutions and maybe feel like a fish out of water and can't really seem to fit in, and it distracts us from our studies. But that first day that you step through the doors of NEC and you are welcomed, you have your sense of place, you take your rightful seat, you are welcomed, you deserve to move forward with your educational career, and you are home. I really think of NEC as Ta'shwametz, our home. It says that from our elder, Tsayathak. He says that. His words are quoted on the pamphlet, Larry Grant. And words couldn't be truer. And I really have to raise my hands to NEC for providing that sense of place, that sense of home, that sense of belonging. And with that, I'll just close out and say, I know I'm standing between you and lunch, and so I'm going to stop talking. But I'm just going to raise my hands for each and every one of you. And the reason why is because I feel so lifted up to be standing here with each of you on this special day. And I must lift each and every one of you up in return. Manano, excellent job.